squirt. Sauce. Wake up, grab your phone, good vibes everywhere. Ryder's got big muscles, Lisa's got the hair. You never know what they're gonna say, but there's a 45% chance you might like it anyway. It's the sauce, they're spilling it live for you. It's the sauce with your favorite morning crew. It's the sauce, 2 hours will fly by. They don't know what they're doing, but they're gonna try. It's the sauce.
Hello, it's Plains and Prairies from Edmonton, Alberta, downtown, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
I'm Eli from St. Albert, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
I'm Mark from Pocahontas, and I'm on the sauce with Ryder and Lisa.
Well, hello and welcome to the Sports Interaction Studio. What do the 2023 Panthers, the 2022 Rangers, the 2021 Habs, and the 2019 Sharks have in common? Well, they came back from a 3-1 deficit. You can't say hope will never die if you let hope die. We're still in this. You got to win 4. They haven't won 4 yet, and they might not. Hope will never die. Welcome to the show. Lisa is out again with shingles and a really bad cough. She's still got the shingles. She doesn't have shingles. The shingle that flew off the roof last week. She has that, so that has nothing to do with her illness, but I just wanted to let you know she still has the shingles. And just a cough that will make you want to throw up when you hear it. It's awful. I've been listening to the cough for a month, and I try my best to be supportive, but my face goes like this every time she does it. So I think she knew that she couldn't be in. Plus, with how much I make her laugh, I know that's what triggers the cough. So she's out. She's probably just laughing, watching at home in the chat right now, just having a joyous time with how I introduced that she wasn't here today. Anyway, once again, welcome to the Sports Interaction Studio. We welcome our first guest, who I can only assume will have some strong opinions on the shit show that shook down last night. Welcome to the studio, Rick.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Worse than I did yesterday at this time?
Yeah, fair. It's now like super sketchy. You know, we can outplay them for the next 3 games or up to 3 games. And if they catch a couple bounces or the refs make another call like they did last night, we're done.
Yep.
And I think we all thought that this was going to be another potential deep run and maybe finally taken to the glory land. What was your thoughts on the call in overtime? Was the puck over the line? How did you feel about how the refs went about deciding the puck was over the line?
We will never know if the puck was over the line because the skate was over top of the puck and you can't see the puck to the white to the red of the goal line, which is the rule.
Yeah.
However, I don't know how the refs made that call. He was not in position. Nobody was behind the net. I don't know. So all 4 of them got together. And they had a chat. I would love to know what they talked about because you can't see it. So I don't know how you come across and call it a goal. There is nothing out there that says you should be calling that a goal.
Yeah, it didn't seem like anybody was adamant of the 4 either.
No.
And none of them, like you said, had the right line of vision.
There was a guy in the wrong spot. You have a job to be behind the net to make sure of this stuff, and you were in the wrong position.
But even so, even from that position, I still don't have faith that they would have been able to determine. That's how close it was.
Yep.
And when you look at the puck and you look at the absolute farthest point that it got to with the shape of the puck, is there a very good chance that was completely over the line? Yes.
Probably. You can measure that.
Sure. Let's get out the...
You can legit measure that.
But what pissed me off is that they determined a brand new way to decide if a goal was a goal or not. And in the playoffs in overtime, just making up your own rules to, probably get the right call. Yeah. But it's still trash because if it was the other way, people would be screaming their ass off. So the fact that people online are making fun of Oilers fans for having an issue. If this was your team,
you'd be going nuts.
You would have the exact same reaction to it as Oilers fans did. And at the end of the day, did they get the right call? Maybe. And likely. And is that what we'd like in this game? More than not, yes. But you can't rally in a group and decide that it was a goal. And then, we don't have enough evidence to overturn it. You didn't have enough evidence in the first place.
You were not in position. You failed at your own job.
Yeah.
You have one job to do at that point, be behind the net. You failed. And then you want to spin everything on us?
And I think it's the way that it was celebrated like it was a goal that actually was a determining factor in the ref's opinion.
It probably was.
Because they're people pleasers. Everybody is a little bit somewhere. You see these guys and they're like, well, they must have known. Yeah. I trust that if he's celebrating like that, he must have known. Is that the conversation they had when they were in there?
Terrifying.
If that's the case, anytime there's a close call, I want to see Oilers nail Yakupov knee sliding down the ice in celebratory fashion, just in case the refs have no goddamn idea what the call was and go, well, he must have known.
It's terrible. And I honestly, at this point, I want to see what happened, what the league does about this. Because there was a situation in the National Lacrosse League the night before where the refs got a call wrong. Like just straight up wrong based on rules. And it was a overtime goal. The league came out the next day and said that was the wrong call. And these officials will not be officiating any further in this playoffs. These two guys that officiated last night should not be working for the rest of the playoffs.
Yeah, unless they come up to Edmonton and want to be people pleasers, and then we can.
But that's there were so many calls. I mean, the goaltender came out and interfered with one of our forwards.
Yeah,
and instead of calling it, which they already had a couple penalties in a row, the ref skated over and talked to the goalie.
Yeah,
instead of calling the call,
had a little one-on-one.
It's like it was like,
"Hey, that's not allowed."
Yeah, it's like we're talking Tom Thumb here, and he's like, "Okay, listen, goalie, you can't be doing." We know he knew exactly what he's doing. Make the call,
and that came after a solid 2.5 minute cycle by the Oilers, where we looked dominant and could really take control of that game. And then he interferes with Savoy, to the point that we were all like,
"How do you not call that?"
And then to see him talking to him, it does. I've never, ever thought that, like, Bettman truly doesn't want a Canadian team to win. None of me has ever really bought into that, but
same.
It was tough last night to not be like, what the hell is this, though?
It's inconsistency with your officiating. It's knowing full well there is no recourse to anything you do on the ice, right? The officials should have to sit in front of two reporters at 100%. The end of the game.
They do in other leagues.
Exactly. NFL, they do. And I think, like I said, it's not everybody, and I don't want them to sit there and face a firing squad, but 2 or 3 guys, 2 or 3 reporters, they get the questions. Make them accountable for what they're doing on the ice.
Just tell us what the conversation was in that group of 4.
I would love to know. We'll never know.
We can see where you were when the puck
and it was not in the spot where you're supposed to be.
And there's no way they had a vantage point.
Zero chance.
So, any able-minded Oilers fan, if the goal had been called a goal on the ice by a ref that looked even remotely confident, and then there wasn't enough evidence to overturn it, we would have swallowed that and been like, shit, we're down 3-1. Let's go. But it was the confusion, then the confidence in that, you know what, we discussed it.
What did you talk about?
Do you have a headpiece in?
Yes.
Like, is there a possibility that somebody let you know, like one of the guys in the penalty box was like,
the light didn't go on.
I know.
They didn't think it went in.
Yeah.
So really, what was that conversation? Look, without the fans, this league is nowhere. So show the fans the respect and tell us what was talked about.
Yeah. And even had they not made the goal call and just went to review,
it was going to be impossible to overturn regardless
Either
of what
way.
you made, whatever call was.
So even if they had not said anything and just went straight to the review and then said, we've determined the puck was past the line.
The officials have to say, you know what? We didn't see it. We don't have a call on the ice. We are going to go 100% by what's on the camera. And because the puck is covered, it's like the old in the glove, but it's the glove across the line type of situation. We have lost goals. Everybody in the league has lost goals because of it, because you can't see the puck. It needs to be black puck, white ice, red paint. So that is how you call a goal. You couldn't see it, therefore you can't call a goal.
So being fired up, I think it's fair to say for all of us, isn't about where the puck was. It's about how it was handled.
The call.
Yeah.
And I think anybody in the upper management of the Oilers should be on the phone to everybody they know in New York and absolutely losing their mind. And here's another thing. Every single series in the playoffs gets a 2-day break.
Right.
Except ours. Why do we not get the 2-day break?
It's because we started a day later, right?
We didn't do that. They made us do that.
Yeah, that's true.
We didn't choose that. But travel day. Everyone gets a travel day. Colorado, LA, much shorter flight than Edmonton, Anaheim.
Yeah.
They get 2 days. Why do we not?
We could use it right now, too.
Every team should get that.
And then there would be another
Every
Friday
series should
night
get that.
game.
Every series should get that. It should just it's not even discussable.
Yeah,
Every
that's
series
fair.
gets between games 3 and 4, 2 and 3, travel day, and extra day.
Right. Yeah.
Where's ours?
Yeah, I that one to me is just a guess timing of when we started. But like you said, that wasn't our choosing.
Yeah.
There was something that you said that like anybody in upper management from the Oilers should be
On the phone, absolutely losing their mind to anybody they know in the offices in New York.
Do you feel like Knobloch is a little bit too calm, just speaking of
Yes.
management and coaching,
Yes.
on the bench?
100% yes.
Because you watch, like, I was watching the game with, what the hell coach was it? That I was like, Brindamore. I was like, this guy is complaining about everything. Like, this would be an insufferable job, mind you. Here we are complaining about something. But, like, all he did the entire game was bitch about calls that you could tell were right in a lot of situations.
It works.
There are 50-50 calls, and if this coach is really pissed off, maybe he knows something we don't know. If this guy celebrates like an asshole, even though we don't know if it's a goal or not, maybe he knows something we don't know. Like there is a psychological swaying of people, and Knobloch's demeanor on the bench of just being like, listen, he's going to get really mad if you call this the one way. I'm just going to chill if you call it against us.
I agree with you, and I take us back to the NFL. Your players follow your coach.
Yeah.
So you look at a team like the Detroit Lions when what's his face got in there and he came off and he did his pressers and you're gonna knock us down, we're gonna bite your kneecap, blah 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 blah.
Right.
His team plays physical. Our team, I feel, plays in the way that their coach exudes himself. Very calm, very always the same thing. Go look at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
He loses his mind. Go look at Florida. I love Paul Maurice.
Right.
And look what his players do. Your players will follow you. If you go into the fight, they're going to follow you.
Yeah.
Our guy doesn't really look like he wants to do that.
Yeah, he's really, really chill.
And then what do we get upset about? Why does the team not have that extra bit of bite in their game? Well, you're following your coach.
And like even how he discussed the goal after, like he didn't want to get a fine. He still said like there wasn't conclusive. I forget his exact quote.
You should be losing your mind at this point.
But exactly. You should.
He knows his job is on the line right now.
Right.
You should be losing your mind.
Well, and especially at least setting the tone for these
Next
refs
game.
better at least not fuck us next game.
Yes.
Like they can
100%.
either call a good game or even sway it in our
We've
direction a
seen
little
it a
bit to try
trillion
to make up
times.
for this.
You do that type of a thing, and the next game is like, ooh, that's kind of like because of what he did, what he said in the presser.
Yeah, just like Eddie
We
penalty.
know this.
Yeah.
We know it. But there's a precedent out there. Do it.
Like, so Matthias Ekholm was the only one that I thought had the balls in the dressing room to be pissy about what shook down. And I get it. Like, I get McDavid not wanting to.
Yep.
He's got enough to think about. Like,
Yeah.
whatever we lost, he's already thinking about next game. So I'm glad that not all the guys were dwelling on it, but it would have been nice if the coach would have.
I want to see some of the anger and the reaction that I feel.
That the fans are feeling.
Yeah. I want to see it on the guys in the room.
Yeah.
I want to see it out of the coach. I want to see it out of the G. Somebody's got to get in front of a fucking microphone and absolutely tear this apart.
Yeah.
Tear it down. Otherwise, what are we doing?
It's interesting, too, because I think when you're surrounded by Oilers fans in this setting, where you are all like, wait, what? Why did this shake down the way it did? And we're all starting to be confused and then a little bit pissed off. You're like, oh, it's just Oilers fans. But then you see, like, trusted broadcasters, probably the most trusted name in hockey, Elliot Friedman, who doesn't understand the way the call went.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know how it gets called a goal.
You see, I mean, the Spit and Chicklets guys, that's part of their shtick, but
Yeah.
Ryan Whitney was truly pissed off, and it
should
didn't
be.
seem like it was a skit.
No, that was not a skit. That was honest.
So, like, you see these things happening, and it justifies that we shouldn't let this sit perfectly.
And now, what is the NHL going to do about it? Absolutely nothing, because there's absolutely no recourse for this. They're just the rich old white boys club, and they're like, we're always right. You put a microphone in front of some of these guys right now, they're the best refs in the world. They do a great job.
Yeah.
Well, look. This is exactly what we're looking at. Explain this one situation,
Just tell us what the conversation was.
please.
Because
I may shut up after.
Right.
May not to though.
No, I don't think we would. I don't think there's an answer that's good enough because nobody saw the damn
Exactly.
thing.
That's what I want to know.
All right, let's talk a bit more about what we think is coming in this series. Are you concerned about McDavid and Draisaitl both being a little off? Like,
Look, it sucks that they get to this point and they always have those ailments that are still kind of like,
yeah,
obviously there's something with Connor, and I do think that there's something with his ankle, and then there's something in his hands or two, something, because that guy, like, let's not forget back in the Olympics, he had all the taped up fingers or whatever.
yeah.
He's not doing what he can do with the puck around some players like he does. So obviously there's something there. He's never going to tell anybody that.
It may come out after, though. Like, if this team gets bumped in the first,
Someone's going to have to, like, tell
isn't
it.
confirmed.
He will not say it, but somebody will have to come out from underneath and say it.
Well, I think it's probably good for his legacy and the fan base to know that there was something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, and that he now has time to heal.
Yeah.
Properly. But yeah, this is why I think a lot of the fan base too gets so pissed off when the team starts with a dud of a season again and is behind the 8 ball the entire season and constantly battling, and Connor's having to play 23 minutes a night in the last 15 games while McKinnon's chilling.
Yeah.
I mean, he still played a lot and hard, but I'm just saying, like, the dependency on Connor to drag us into the playoffs by the time he gets there.
I honestly, I
feels
think
like
at the end of the day,
broken.
we don't pay attention to the details very well. This team, this year, they don't pay attention to the details very well. That fourth goal, the tying goal, clear the man in front of the net. When you're in front of the net as a defenseman, you should have your stick on the ice at all times.
Yeah.
Wallman's stick was around his nose.
Yeah,
it was in the air.
Like he was protecting his
or
face.
he was bringing it from one side to the other.
Yeah.
Any way you look
Got
at it,
caught up.
that stick needs to be on the ice at all times, because what happened? The puck was right there. It was a turn and slap the puck. You got your stick on the ice. There's something in the way of that puck. His stick is in the air. We've done a very bad job paying attention to the details all year.
Yeah.
That's all the turnovers. That's all the little things. We have at least one game where there's too many men on the ice.
Right.
That's details.
Yeah.
You don't pay attention to the details, it's going to come around biting in the ass. It's biting us in the ass right now.
Do you think that it's Ingram or Jari next
I honestly
game?
don't think, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think Jari had a good game last night.
Yeah, he made some big
But
saves.
this is all about the team in front of him.
Yeah.
This is all about the team in front of them.
So
if you play properly, they're going to be fine.
Right, and we haven't played properly in front of either, so do we bring in Pickard?
I
we
know
played it
people kept telling me that
him.
yesterday too, and I'm like, hey, well, Jari was a little bit sketchy on doing it because he hadn't played in like 2 weeks.
Right.
Pickard, I don't think he's played in a month.
Yeah.
And how old is he?
But the guys play for him.
And how old is he?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know it's not going to be.
I just, like, when you're that old, and I know he's not, I am, just for the record, I'm like 10 years older than him, so like, I'm not calling him old, but
No,
when you're in that situation and you need to go from zero to playing in that type of a game, dude, like, my groin hurts for him already. He's gonna one tweak and you're hurt. Like, it's just.
I just typed in Pickard's age, and it said approximately 94 to 96, but it thought I meant Jean-Luc Picard.
That's Google. Google doesn't know how old he is?
Well, no, I'll type in Kelvin Pickard.
Yeah.
It just got the wrong Pickard.
Yeah, but they said between.
Yeah.
You don't have a real answer for us?
No, that's what it said.
Even Google's taking the day off.
Yeah. 34 years old.
Okay, well, guess what? That's still, you can,
Yeah.
as
You're
a
sore.
goaltender, yeah.
Well, and you wonder if this is a young man's league. And that even comes down to how quickly you can heal off something. Like, the difference to me, if I, like, roll something now, It's like a year and a half later, I'm still like, God damn, I wish this would heal.
Yeah.
Whereas when I was 20, I could jump off
you're
of a
fine.
tree and land on my neck and just pop up, and I was sore for a day.
Yeah,
maybe.
I'll have a quick beer or two and I'll be okay.
But you look at what McDavid and Draisaitl, and they're not old guys yet, obviously. Late 20s. I think, is Draisaitl 30 now?
Yeah.
Anyway, it does take its toll, though, this game. And they have gone to the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row. And a lot of people forget that they made it to the Western Conference the year before that. You mix in a Four Nations for McDavid, Olympics for both of those guys, and a lot of the other players. Like,
They're tired.
yeah,
You could tell at the very beginning of the year they're tired.
right.
I think that Bowman's done a great job at retooling and bringing a lot of youth, because I think when you go into next year, and I hate talking about next year already.
Yeah.
And we're not fully there for the record, but when you go into next year, you've got your big four forwards. You got Leon, you got Connor, you got Hyman, you got Nuge, who, by the way, those two guys, they need to be a little bit better in the playoffs.
Yeah.
You got those four guys. Around that, you're going to surround them with nothing but youth. From Pods to Savoy to Szymanski, Trent's not, Frederick's not that old.
Yeah.
You've got Hudson or Howard coming up. You've got that kid out of Russia coming over right away. He could easily push into the lineup next year. You have a lot of youth on this team. So I think in terms of moving forward, the potential is still massive, right? This is not a super duper old team. It's not like the window's closed or anything like that. They're bringing together a whole new group of, let's push into Connor's last 10 years, this 2-year contract, and the upcoming 8 he's going to sign at the end of this too. That's the way it's going. Because he doesn't want to do what Sid does. He wants to make sure this team is set up around him, and then he'll get his big ass contract. And I love that's the way this is going to go. That we have a lot of runway to go yet, but fuck, does it hurt right now?
I know, and it's just. I think it hurts more now because of the internet than it did 15, 20 years ago when you weren't just getting pounded from other fan bases.
Yes.
Like, the fact that Flames fans and Canucks fans and Panthers fans are enjoying this, Stars fans
Leafs
are all
fans.
loving, Leafs fans, loving this. And now taking their jabs of like, he's coming to be a Leaf. Shut the hell up about this.
Nobody wants to be a Leaf, especially in the situation you're in right now.
Yeah. I think the weather's starting to turn. I think I need to just like cleanse myself of reading tweets because I just get twisted up.
Yeah, so I game ended last night. TVs went off, and I have not seen anything since.
All right.
I saw the Elliott tweet, the apropos of nothing. I don't know how the hell that's a goal, but outside of that, no. And I will leave it. I drove here today in complete silence. I'll turn the radio off now. When we lost to Winnipeg, however many years ago that was, I think I went like 2 months without listening to the radio.
Really?
Yeah. That's crazy, right?
Yeah, I just gotta find your
It's
Zen
just,
wherever you get
it's
it.
just zero, nothing. Like, do you play your music? No, I don't play nothing. Volume right
just
off.
go
I
into like a-
swear to God, without a doubt, it might have even been more than 2 months.
You just go into almost a prayer retreat.
Yeah, we just turned that right off. I don't want to hear anything.
Find your Zen.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't need to hear nothing.
I might need to do a mini version of that.
But let's face it, win one game at home on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Then you're going on the road.
And they're
win
on their
one run on the
games.
road, and then
Yeah.
you can come up with your slogan, bring it back to Berta, whatever the hell we want to do.
Yeah.
We did this to Florida 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Florida's way better. That Florida team way better than the team we're playing right now.
It's true.
We can get it done. It's not over yet.
Yeah, if we see like the third period too from McDavid was the best I've seen him play this series, like
Yep.
maybe that one drive he took to the net.
Man, that skate just in the way.
Yeah.
Just driving around.
Oh, shit, what a save.
Yeah, great stop.
But that drive to me felt like it gave him confidence that he can put a little more weight on whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Does he leave it all out there tomorrow? And they've
Yes.
got a long run ahead of them either way. But I guess like the
Yeah, there
cliche
is no
saying,
Thursday if you don't win Tuesday, right?
Yeah, just win one game. That's
But
all
the
they
way
gotta
this
worry
season's gone, knowing that we had to go 7 wouldn't surprise anybody. The way the season's gone,
about. Yeah.
the way the season's gone, if it took you 7 games 4 times to win the cup, would not surprise anybody. This season has not been fluid. This season's not been easy. It's not been what we're used to. Everything's been trials and tribulations everywhere. I don't know if anyone's ever had to go to 7 4 times in a row to win the cup. I doubt it.
But this could be the year.
But it would not surprise anybody.
Yeah.
And Nick Dowd said it the other day. Like, you can lose 12 games and still win the Stanley Cup.
Right.
Yeah. You can
All
lose
right.
15.
So we still got 9 left.
Yeah.
We still got 9 left that we could lose. We
Win
just
on
gotta-
Tuesday.
Yeah, win on
and we'll see what
Tuesday.
happens on Thursday. And let's bring her home on Saturday for a Game 7. This city would go nuts.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, and I think even with not 100% McDavid, maybe not 100% Dry, I still think we can beat this team 3 games in a row, but we can't beat the refs too.
No.
So that's why it's such
And
a
look,
piss
we've
off
been
last
taking
night.
way too many penalties.
Yeah.
Like, it just, again, pay attention to details. They're just dumb penalties, too.
Yeah.
It's just, you got to be better.
Thank you for your time. That
My
was
pleasure.
27 minutes of ranting that I needed.
Yeah, me too. Don't
Now radio off.
worry. Radio off for the rest of the summer.
All right, brother. That is Rick, and he has some strong opinions around here, which we always appreciate very much. We've got a guest coming up in a few minutes here who is, we're moving away from hockey a bit, or a lot, has such a wild story going on with the internet right now. You've heard of AI, obviously, and it duping some people. It's screwing some people over. This is the first story of somebody I know that I'm like, oh my God, this is happening, and it's happening at a pace that maybe we're not ready for. So we'll get to our interview with Matt Barrie coming up in just a couple minutes. He's going to check in, and then Lisa is going to join the show. We got 3 stars of anything as per usual, which is a presentation of Southview Acura today, family owned and operated on the Edmonton South Side. Make sure you pop in and say hi to them. Maybe on Thursday, we're going to be broadcasting live from there, which would be Game 6 morning, which will be Game 6 morning. So that will be a fun one. And we've got another card to give away while we are there. So be ready for that on Thursday. And our 3 stars of anything today is going to be about unk. The word unk. I was called it again on the weekend. And so I think it's time we tackle being an unk. That's the 3rd time I've been called it in about the last month. So this is something we can no longer ignore. All right, let's get to our first guest of the day. Very excited to talk to Mr. Matt Barrie, longtime radio host in Calgary and music director that has won national awards, and everybody when he wins them knows why. And he has recently had his identity stolen. Hello, Matt. Welcome to the Sauce.
Hey, Unc, how's it going?
Yeah, you better stick around for the reasons, too. They're all so legitimate. Okay, so you know what? I had some questions to veer away from diving right into this first, because it is a wild story. But do you in Calgary care about the NHL at all right now? Are you happy with what's happening with the Edmonton Oilers? What's shaking down?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Edmonton, eh? So born and raised, so I don't follow sports though. Like, people are like, oh, what do you think about like what's going on with this team? Like, I don't follow it. I know the Oilers are in the playoffs. I think they're doing well, or it's like pretty okay. Like, I'd like to see them win. So
Yeah.
I want to see the Alberta team. Love to see the Oilers win. It's just a great reason, like, go out with some friends, and, like, have some drinks.
Sure. You have something called the Nightcap Club. Can you explain what that is?
Yeah, so myself and another radio host, Caitlin Millions, so we're actually both back at X99 now, but we both got restructured out from our radio gigs, so we decided to do an events company. So we do like custom cocktails for like a lot of it's like private parties, like pop-ups, things like that, and then Caitlin is into wine, so she's like her W set too, and we do like wine tastings and like pairings and a bunch of things like that. So it was just something to help with like sort of like fun income stuff in between radio. But now we're both back.
Both back, and you have a new side hustle. And plus, drinking and radio just goes way too well together.
Now we get paid for it a little bit.
Yeah. What is your Instagram handle, the Chelsea Room, all about?
So it's so the idea was that it's like it was supposed to sound like an old prohibition bar. Like, it's supposed to so there was like the Stork Room and like the Cotton Club and things like that. So the idea was that it just sounded like an old prohibition bar. But I'm thinking about like if there's like a different name to more encompass like Matt Barrie. but we'll think on that. But yeah, that's where it's from. The idea was it kind of like I was doing the cocktail thing for a while, just like as like a hobby in general. And then during COVID, it was just like, well, we couldn't go anywhere, so we had the Chelsea room to hang out.
Oh,
at,
sweet.
So. Yeah.
All right. Well, if you hear of a bar popping up in the near future called the Chelsea Room in Calgary, just know that Matt's side hustle has turned into a full-time hustle.
Right. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, let's get into this. What the hell happened?
Man. So it was like, I gotta tell you, getting a call. So I wake up, I think it was like either Tuesday or Wednesday morning last week. I get a call. And it's like on my phone. Normally nowadays when you get a phone call on your phone, like you assume it's a scam, right? It's like someone's like trying to sell you something or it's a scam or whatever. And it's from Eric from CBC News. And he's like, hey, are you Matt Berry? And like, yeah. He's like, and do you also like identify like online as James? Like, so just like spoiler, like, so my real name's James Kosminski and Matt Berry is actually like a handle. I was like, yeah, like, what are you talking about? He's like, well, you're the host of this YouTube show, right? The Canadian politician. Like, I got no idea what you're talking about, man. Like, I don't even really use YouTube, let alone like posting on it like regularly, right? And he's like, well, like we have like all these videos of you as like the host of the show, and you're doing a lot of videos that have like hundreds of thousands of views. They're all about like Alberta separatism and about like sovereignty in Canada and sort of like things that I guess like are impacting political interference, like not only in Canada and in the United States. I'm like, what are you talking about? I think he called me thinking like, oh, we got the host, right? We got this guy, like, let's chat with him and find out like why he's doing this. And I was like, I have no clue. And then like sort of like these like gears started spinning. And I remember back in beginning of February, while I was like out of radio, I was doing like a lot of like side hustle things outside of the cocktail stuff. So I was doing like random gigs. Like I would work with work with artists, like helping them like promote themselves. Work with like, setting up stuff like sending to radio, touring schedules. And I would do like a bunch of like sort of like random gigs and stuff like UGC, like user generated content. And so I just started applying out for a bunch of different things. Like the more things I'm doing, the more I can build up the resume, the more I can charge and all that kind of stuff. And so a guy was looking for someone to do like a host of a YouTube show. And it's like, we want someone who has like either on, like who's fine on camera, who's like good with content, like does all this sort of stuff. I'm like, perfect. So I reached out to this guy, like just applied for a gig as anyone would on Upwork. Like Upwork is just like a freelancing gig, same with like Fiverr or anything like that. So you apply for the job and they reach out to you. This guy reaches out to me and he's like, yeah, like we're just looking to do these news stories. Like we want to do like daily news stories. Want someone to host this show. Like, okay, well, like send me sort of like what you had in mind. I was like, yeah, what like if you could send like a demo, that'd be great. So he sends me these like pages of like scripts, and I don't even read what the scripts actually said. Like they were just like news stories, but I see these scripts and it's like 5 pages. I'm like, there's no way I'm reading this as like an audition. Like, cause like what would stop me from just like reading this, filming it, and then you just using my voice or my right. face or whatever to.
Oh, so it was on your radar at that point that something's maybe a little off here.
Yeah. And then I sent him, but I did send like, he's like, well, what if you sent like an intro of like a trailer? Like you sent like, so like the trailer was like me being like, hey, I'm James, I'm host of the Canadian Politician. We're gonna be talking about these like daily news stories, blah blah blah. And it was like, I don't know, like 30 seconds. And he's like, at the time, like I knew like the lighting was terrible. Like I was moving at the time. So I had like, I didn't have any setup. But he's like, no, it's fine. Like just send me like sort of like how you are on camera. So yeah, so I sent this trailer thing. The lighting on it's terrible. He's like, he even critiques it, which is very funny. So he critiques it saying like, it's like, oh, like the lighting on this is awful. Like you're speaking too fast and you're talking with your hands too much. As you can see in all 3 of these scenarios is what you're dealing with. And I was like, he's like, and we want these videos like daily. And I was like, God, I was like, that seems like to do these like every single day. It was like, he's like, I'm like, is there no way like we can like pre-do stuff? He's like, no, well, I want like current news stories. And I just kind of ghosted the guy after I was moving. I was like, it's like it paid like nothing. It felt like a lot of work, and it's like I wasn't really sure like what this guy really wanted. So I wish in hindsight, I guess that I told him like, hey man, I'm not interested anymore. Like, forget it. But instead, I just kind of like ghosted it and just forgot about it completely for months, like since February. And I guess like since I uploaded that video, he had just been using like my face and like my voice saying that I'm the host of the show, the Canadian politician, and then was running all these like Alberta separatist things. I didn't even know what the actual content fully was. Like it made my heart sink to even like click on any of the links and see that it's my face. And I was on the phone with one of my friends, like Caitlin, who's the my nightcap club partner. She opened them and she's like, "Oh," she's like, "It's your face like all over this YouTube channel. Like every video is all like your face in the corner." And she's like, and like based on these titles, she's like, "This doesn't look good." Like,
yeah, like I think
cool.
in our industry too, when we're talking music, talking sports, you got to be careful with politics because it is so divisive and polarizing that, and I think a lot of us broadcasters learned this over COVID, that whatever your opinion was, if it was strong, you were going to piss off a ton of people who very likely would just not support your art anymore. And that's just how divisive that it's gotten. So you as a broadcaster have probably, like me, been just a little bit careful, even with this Alberta separatism. Like, I know a person who hosted an event and they had nothing to do with it other than providing the space that they got paid for, and that's their business. And they are getting torn apart, like roasted, people refusing to ever use them again. And it's just, you know, you don't really learn that lesson necessarily unless you're right in the mix or do something wrong or take a strong opinion. But I can see how that would be jarring to see as somebody who kind of has to protect themselves from that polarizing backlash.
Yeah, well, because I mean, like even like just in like my job is like both like as like a radio media personality and social media or like a forward facing role, right? So to find out that's like my likeness is being used, first off, like I was like, you can find there's so many other people you could have used, right? There's plenty of like old bald white guys who are like pushing this stuff already. Like you don't need me doing it, you know?
Look at us go.
So you find so many others, but it was also like what I find funny is that, like, yeah, because like it looks terrible and you still went and used it anyways. But yeah, it's like, yeah, it has to be like, I'm very thankful that that came from CBC first, rather than if like someone saw me doing these videos and then it was like,
oh man,
hey man, like why are you recording these videos, and thinking that like I have this totally different persona where it's like in all these other roles I'm, you know, very like much more like liberal, like left leaning, very like anti-conservative, anti like Alberta separatists especially, right? Then if it's like, well, it looks like I'm doing this to just try and make money, or like I'm doing this as like, I don't know, like I don't know, like I don't know what, like, but at least I didn't get backlash publicly, I guess, first,
right,
and then have to try and like cycle back and be like, no, this isn't me, this is something else, right? So at least CBC, like, because I think they called me initially thinking this was me, I am the host, and then when I told the guy this whole situation, I actually helped break open more of that story that CBC did, because then it's like I had this guy's contact. They were able to contact the guy who did it, and he admitted to you know, like just like using my likeness, and I think he admitted to using others, and then he deleted a bunch of these other pages. So I guess like this guy who contacted me had a bunch of other pages that he was just using to like rack up views and make money off of it from YouTube, and he was in the Netherlands.
Jesus, like it's a gong show. It's the wild, wild west of the internet right now. The fact that this can be a thing, like 5 years ago, if you would have told me this was a problem, I mean, like we talk, Lisa and I, on the show all the time on video. Somebody could turn that into whatever they wanted to. And if you don't catch them for a long time, they're just raking in the dough with your likelihood. Like, it's insane.
Because it was months. Like, so this would have been like mid-February, and that's end of April. So for the last, whatever, 2.5 months, and who knows how long it would have went on, right?
Right.
because I never would have seen it, because it's like, one, I don't really use YouTube, let alone to go look at Alberta separatist videos, right? Like that's not my
That's not your pocket.
Yeah. That's not how I spend my free time. I just make the podcast,
Right.
I got some supplements if I can advertise that after for you too.
It's crazy. The only thing that I can compare that happened to me once is I got a message that somebody was using my picture on Tinder, a guy named Diego in Edmonton, and he was out there, and I was like, what a weird choice that is.
Yeah.
Like,
I
wonder,
it's got to make you feel good. You're still hot.
Yeah, like he used a really shitty picture of me too, which was disappointing. So I actually wanted to get a hold of Diego and just be like, "Can you use this one?"
Yeah, here's 3 way better ones you could use.
Man, that's crazy. We actually have a video of like what the videos looked like that we'll get to after we say goodbye to you, but it's just insane. So if you were to give anybody a suggestion on how to protect yourself, like if you are auditioning for things, maybe is having an agent a way to kind of safe-proof yourself, or an agency to look after your image, is signing paperwork saying you can't use this besides what I exactly gave it to. What would you suggest?
Yeah, I mean, because with this guy, I didn't sign a contract. We didn't sign anything. It was like we were chatting, and then just like, and it ended. So there was no actual like agreement made of like what we were officially going to do. Because I probably would have done more due diligence had I been going into like signing a contract, right?
Right.
But first and foremost, I think if you're doing like freelancing stuff, it's like definitely like stay within the platforms. Like if you're doing it with Upwork or there's Freelancer as well, or Fiverr or whatever. It's like stay within the platforms because they can help like protect you if you do find this out. Knowing this now too is like something I would maybe recommend is like if you send this audition video, is maybe like have like a watermark or something over your face or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like some sort of handle or something like that, so they can't. It makes it maybe a little bit harder to like take that away.
Or just wear really ridiculous clown makeup or something.
Yeah,
just to be like, I don't want you using this. Oh no, clown would be. They could use that for really something entirely different.
And you're like, uh-oh.
He got a new party YouTube channel.
Like it's like you're like, uh-oh. It's like, I don't want to be a part of that at all. Have a whole clown thing. Like, everyone found me so my Tinder started blowing up.
All right, so watermark, that's a good idea. And I guess just be careful.
Yeah.
Follow up with people.
Due diligence.
Yeah,
like, and if someone, like I say, if someone asks you about a certain, like if they give you the name of something, research it afterwards, even if you say no to it. Like look at what that is, try and find that person just in case. And like you said, like an agent's good, especially if you're doing more. Just like with freelancing, it's a little bit tougher to afford that. But if you're doing some bigger stuff, where you want to have like, more like client focused things, and like an agent or someone to like look over some of that stuff is great. But it's, I don't know, it's a whole new world out there. It's crazy. It's like it could happen to anyone, and it's like I don't know. Like I'm interested to see like what the what the government and stuff does to like protect creators and even just people in general, right? Like what would change it from like using me or then using like a bigger personality or using a politician or using somebody else, right? And there's nothing that really protects this. People are like, you gonna sue this guy? I'm like, for what? I guess, right? Like I could sue him, but it's like he's in the Netherlands. I don't know how much money was actually made. Like maybe if it was impacting me like way more negatively,
right?
Then
right.
like that's something
or like you lose your job because of it, or yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's nuts out there. So just try and do as much due diligence on it all as you can. Fair. Yeah, internet security I think is gonna be a topic that comes up more and more and more. Even it's so annoying now logging into things, but at the end of the day, it's more annoying having everything stolen from you. So sign me up for two-face authentication, even though I don't really know how that works. Matt Berry,
like, another one?
Where can people follow you? You got a minute to sell yourself to our people. What's going on?
Sure. Yeah. So at the Chelsea Room on Instagram and TikTok is where you can find me. My new right wing channel. It's called I'm Right, You're Wrong. You can check that out. That was a joke. That was a joke, Ryder. I don't actually have that.
Okay.
And Nightcap Club, NITE Cap Club on Instagram as well. Is where you can find us or hire us if you want as well.
Sweet, man. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it, and glad that CBC jumped in for you when they did. That's awesome.
Yeah,
right,
right
take
on,
care,
man.
brother.
Take it easy, man.
What a good dude. Do we have the video of the CBC? I think Lisa put it in the audio and video for today, Reese. And it's just crazy what it looks like now that you've seen what Matt looks like. We'll get to that coming up in a second. Also going to be joined by Lisa as she has what's going on in Edmonton, which is a lot these days. And I wonder if she will discuss the weather. If not, I can't wait to tell you about it if you're tuning in locally. But yeah, that is interesting. Like online security training, even looking into online security tips. The other day I bought a pair of shoes, which I've talked about on the show. And then afterwards, I was like, the way that receipt came to me, like it was from PayPal and then to an email account in a language I don't understand, doesn't seem like it's from the Nike store. You know what I mean? So I Googled the website afterwards, and it said the trust rating online for this is 1 out of 100. So I'm going to get shoes with an upside down check mark. It might just have an X on it. Like that's how backwards they're going to be. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be pieces of shit. And I paid as much as I would pay for a nice pair of Nike shoes. And I'm well versed in this. I should know better. And I think we all have those moments where you trust the internet a little bit too much, or you do answer the phone and you give somebody some information. And then you're like, wait a minute, what the hell am I doing? And can you imagine how difficult this would be for seniors to navigate through? Like my parents daily are getting screwed over by somebody somewhere who is taking advantage of the vulnerable. And the elderly are the vulnerable. And my parents aren't quite elderly yet. My apologies, Mom and Dad. They watch the show on YouTube. They're pretty hip. But it is a scary time. And I think protecting yourself is a good idea. Like, look at online security tips. See how often you should change your passwords. And then do it like it's your furnace filter. If you should be changing your passwords every season, throw the reminder into your phone. You can use technology to secure yourself from technology. You know, like there are things in place or that you can put in place to remind you to stay up on it. And like, I know it's so annoying when you have different passwords for everything different, but they say one of the biggest mistakes you can make is having the same password for numerous platforms and logins. So some things to think about when it comes to online security, but do your due diligence a little bit. We should probably check in with the chat. I have ignored it entirely. Lisa seems like she's kicking ass in there, though, keeping people company. And, hello to everybody that's checked in so far. Saw a bunch of your lovely faces last night down at Greta. We will be there for Game 6. After we win Game 5 on home ice tomorrow night, Game 6 back in Anaheim, which means we're back to Greta, and we would love for you to join us again. Bunch of sick prizes. River Cree Resort and Casino has stepped up with some raffle prizes in support of the Ben Stelter Foundation, like $500 gift cards and stuff that you can get in on by buying raffle tickets and supporting a great cause as well. Mr. Burns says, ouch, being called Unk at a rave would hurt. All right, with that said, maybe we should get into the 3 stars of anything. Do you got that Matt video first?
Yeah, do you want to watch it? Lisa's here if you wanted to pop on before that video.
No, let's do the Matt video first, because people, or else it'll be like long gone and forgotten. We'll have new people checking in by wondering who's this, and then they'll think I'm just playing a video of a guy who's like super pro separatist. So this is the CBC report of the fine gentleman we just talked to, Matt Berry, who had his identity kind of stolen after auditioning for a potential gig as an online YouTube host.
I feel so violated. I think all of it's bullshit.
Matt Berry is a Canadian media personality who became the face of a YouTube channel posting misleading videos about Alberta joining the U.S.
Economic union to the United States, becoming a U.S. territory.
Welcome to the Canadian Politician, your trusted source for sharp analysis and updates on the latest developments in Canadian politics.
The account was identified in this report, one of 20 similar YouTube channels with millions of views, calling them slopaganda. Over the past few days, we unmasked some of the people behind this, partly by talking to Matt. We traced some of this activity to multiple people in the Netherlands, 2 of which took the same online course, teaching how to make money with faceless YouTube content.
I was just kind of just applying it for a bunch of different gigs. The idea was that was like $20 a video to start, and then he was gonna like monetize the Synthesis Audition video. It didn't feel like it was worth my time, right? It didn't pay that much, so I just ignored it. And then the guy stopped messaging me, but we never came to any actual agreement. I never actually like signed a contract with this guy. I forgot about it until you called me this morning and we're like, "You're the face of this YouTube channel."
What are you thinking when we reveal this to you?
My heart sank. You must be talking about the wrong person. I feel so violated to know that this likeness is being used for something not agreed upon. It just feels heartbreaking and devastating. This is not stuff I believe. It's shocking, but it's not surprising. I think that's like sort of a world we're living in right now.
This is why investigative journalism is important too. Like, as we look around our country and see newsrooms that are just chopping staff like crazy, you get less and less of this. You have less and less people that will go to battle to hold idiots or greasy people accountable. Like, you need to have somebody on your side occasionally, and investigative journalists are doing that work. And it's just kind of sad to see it slowly phasing out, because then what's left? Literally, you have a news network from a guy that doesn't exist, and it's being written by somebody who has your best interest nowhere near in mind if they're willing to do something like this, as unethical as stealing somebody's identity. So what would you rather have? I know a lot of people get upset about the CBC, but damn, you look at that and you look at some of the other work they do, you're like, it's a good thing we got them. All right, let's get to our next guest. Half of the infamous show, The Sauce with Ryder and Lisa. Welcome to The Sauce, Lisa.
Thank you.
How are you?
Do you like my background? It's
sports interaction.
It's aesthetically pleasing. I have a TV that's not supposed to be here, a bed that's not made. This is my office.
And a hoodie. Sports interaction. Look at it there. Hell yeah.
I wanted to do a little round of morning announcements, if you don't mind.
Yes, let's get it.
Okay, so here are my morning announcements. This is a presentation of Lease Busters. If you're stuck in a car lease and want out, Lease Busters will connect you with someone to take it over. No penalties, no buyout headaches. For more info, check out leasebusters.com. I already have to clear my throat. I hate this. Okay.
We'll just do it.
First of all.
Wait, I can distract everybody for a second.
No, I'm good. Wanted to give a shout out to the saucers who spoiled Reese. I was not in attendance at Greta, but I saw the footage, and everyone who always comes out to our watch parties, a group of our saucers went behind our backs. We have a picture of Nuge signing a picture for Reese. How cool is that?
Yeah, I think the saucers were inspired by the jersey that we gave Reese and said, hey, we want to spoil this young man as well because he is wonderful.
I posted the picture of Nuge signing it. It's now up on our Instagram story if anyone wants to go check it out, Ryder and Lisa. But thank you for spoiling our son.
I think Reese is grabbing that picture right now. I can hear him clickety-clicking away pretty heavily.
Yeah, let's see it.
Yeah, he was very surprised and very excited. It's cool. It was, do we know the artist's name? I should know this. Artist.
Saucy Northside Norm said, actually, we ordered it prior to the jersey. So they also picked up that he's a Nuge fan. Yeah.
They knew he was a Nuge fan before we gave the jersey because he had only mentioned that once or twice on the show. Good for them.
Wendelin Lamb Chops is the artist.
Yeah, Wendy. Yeah. That's it. And she's the one that, if I'm not mistaken, did the like little caricatures of McDavid, and then did the really cute Ben Stelter one where he's got the little helmet on it. So this is 1,000 nugs to celebrate 1,000 Nugent Hopkins games, and all the little characters on there look like little chicken nuggets.
So
and
cute.
He is signing it for our boy Reese. That's badass. Reese, you feeling good about that one?
Yeah, sorry, I had to get a couple different things organized. But literally the dopest thing in the world. I'm the luckiest dude ever. This is going to be hanging out with me for the rest of my life. It's so sick.
Well, you know what's kind of badass, too, is now if you get a couple more things, you could frame your Nuge jersey with that as part of it. Hey,
holy.
You could get like a big dog frame job done.
I want the biggest dog frame.
Okay, so that's the next gift.
But yeah, shout out to everybody. I am so incredibly appreciative of this. This is the dopest thing in the world. So thank you very much, Saucers. This is so dope.
Well, I think everybody just loves to have you on this show. So they're like, what are we going to do to keep this guy? And so it's sometimes just bite me meals, brisket, mac and cheese. They get it brought in because we know those are your favorite.
God forbid.
We got that wonderful Nuge picture that's signed, the Nuge jersey. So, yes, you better stick around, damn it.
Oh, I'm spoiled.
Or else you got to give everything back.
Yeah, we're taking the jersey back if you decide to leave the show.
That's fair. You guys don't got anything to worry about.
All right, perfect. Okay, what else for morning announcements, Lisa?
I'm just curious if anyone else is going through this roller coaster of sickness, because I'm so confused as to what's going on. Like, I'm actively sweating, holding in an itchy throat cough. I've been sick on and off for a month. I don't get it. And, like, I take my vitamins. I work out. I wash my hands after touching the weights in the gym. I'm, like, actively getting good sleeps. But it still got me.
Does it piss you off a little bit that I wash my hands, but a lot of those other things that you said, I'm not as good at, like taking my vitamins, getting good sleeps, and here I am just killing it.
Yeah, you're a cockroach. I don't really get it.
Do you ever think it has something to do, please don't be offended, just spitballing. You know how I don't really like taking medicine because I really like letting my body figure out a way how to crush it on its own, and then if it can't, then I'll take medicine. But do you think that your body, from taking the Tylenols all the time or whatever, doesn't respond well to medicine now when you need it?
Well, I take a neocitrin and I'm not drowsy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's insane. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really get it. We have some people in the chat that want an update on your hands, because you did go to the doctor for how dry your hands were. How's that going?
I mean, you can't really tell with this lighting. They have improved, and I'm not sure if it's because the weather's not minus 40, or I'm not petting the dogs as much, or I've been drinking this like multivitamin fizzy thing, and I feel like that has been a part of it, or zinc maybe is helping as well. So now, if I can get them to better, then I start petting the dogs and see if they get worse again, and then I know. So it's kind of process of elimination I'm working on right now.
So you are taking vitamins?
Well, yeah, vitamins,
Caught
but just
you.
not... Oh, she is mad about my suggestion that her body, when she puts medicine in, it goes, get out of here. We've seen you before. No chance.
Okay, like genuinely though, if I do seem crankier today, I want to laugh at things you say, but it does trigger a cough. So I actually have to be deadpan the office humor today. My apologies.
So you not laughing after I say something hilarious will just feel more like we're at home.
Yeah.
Reese laughed. You did a good job.
We should talk about the weather. It is going to be 6 degrees today, up to 20 degrees come Thursday. But what a turnaround after this weekend, because Lance Kane, who's often in the chat, he was in traffic for hours. He left for work at 3 p.m. on Thursday, didn't get to his room until 9 p.m. on, was that Friday night?
Yeah. Yeah. He was trapped in his vehicle for well over a day. That's
he was
insane.
on the news, and helicopters were bringing jerry cans for them to like refill their gas tanks. It's crazy.
Did you see when he was on Oilers Nation every day? I was broadcasting with the boys, and they popped Lance on, and we didn't know what to expect. We just thought it was going to be normal Lance. And he had his hair half dyed orange, half dyed blue, the mustache, same thing, but opposite. And he was going to work in Fort Mac. We're like, that's an interesting outfit choice. I'm sure that the bosses, wherever you were going, took you very seriously in those meetings.
I liked the commitment, and I liked that
me too.
He was still able to watch the Oilers game because he's a dedicated fan.
And what kept a very positive vibe the whole time.
Yeah.
I mean, we might have not saw some tears. He chose not to post the meltdowns, maybe.
This is true.
It's a good thing it wasn't also minus 40 or whatever, because that's then very scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I had a night where I was driving home from my ex-wife's family farm in Denzel, Saskatchewan, and I was driving on Christmas Day, like the evening, to my farm in Maidstone, Saskatchewan. And I was like, well, it's trying to take me to either Macklin or Unity, which are both like an hour out of the way or half an hour out of the way. I was like, I know that there's going to be back roads that just take me right, to the next highway, and then I can skip some of this nonsense. And this is before Google Maps or whatever. Like I had kind of looked, and I was good to go. I don't think I had a cell phone at the time, and I was wearing like a light fleece. I had a rear wheel drive long cab that used to just get stuck in the middle of the street. And I ventured out, start going down these back roads. If you're ever near Senlac, Saskatchewan, don't head north from Senlac thinking that the roads are going to lead to anything. They slowly just turned into oil roads from like back roads. And then it turned into like not plowed oil roads. I hadn't seen a house in probably 15 kilometers. And it was like minus 30. I genuinely think if I would have got stuck, I would have been eaten by wolves or something that night. Like
You would have died.
I wouldn't have been able to stay in the truck. I had a quarter tank of gas left. So I'm going up this hill on this crazy, stupid oil road, and the truck doesn't make it. So then I'm like, okay, there was no place to turn around previously. I was like, maybe I can use the momentum of this hill and the fact that I'm sliding backwards on it to whip a shitty and get rolling the other direction and just drive on my own tracks. So that's what I do. I come down, I spin the wheel, flip that son bitch around, and then just start trucking, and just drove out of there. And then I had to go to Unity. Honestly thought I might die that night. So I can imagine how scary it was for Lance to be in that situation for 21 hours. And again, thankfully it wasn't like minus 40.
Well, and he wasn't alone. There were other people. It was like a huge traffic jam, right? So when you're alone, stranded, that's so much scarier. But I do agree. I bet there were some moments I would definitely be having panic attacks. So it's nice to see that he got where he was going safe. So did everyone else. And the helicopters were there to help. But this actually is my segue into what's happening in and around Edmonton.
All right. Let's get to it then.
So what's happening in and around Edmonton? A presentation of River Cree Resort and Casino, your home for great performance. Get ready for a legendary night of classic rock. They're revisiting Creedence, bringing the timeless hits of CCR to the River Cree Resort and Casino May 15th. You can get your tickets now at rivercreeresort.com or at River Cree box office. Okay, so same kind of situation. There was a group of about 50 students and staff from a Fort McMurray high school that were stranded in Edmonton after that big spring storm that shut down Highway 63. And the group of them were in town for a grad retreat, and they couldn't head home on Friday because of the heavy snow and the winds, and the roads were just impassable. So the delay meant they missed their grad photos.
No.
Their work and school responsibilities. but they posted online, and Edmonton stepped up, as Edmonton does. And they were immediately offered activities to keep them occupied at the TELUS World of Science and West Edmonton Mall. So they got to extend their stay and keep their spirits high while they waited to be able to get home safe. So 50 students from Fort McMurray with their staff, terrified, sad that they couldn't get their grad photos done or their grad retreat. And they ended up having a bunch of businesses step up and take care of them.
And I'm sure that you can reschedule a photographer. Somebody will step up even if they can't get the one that they thought that they were going to get and get their grad photos done, right? Like
Sorry, it was a grad retreat.
Right. But you said they missed their grad photos by not being back in Fort Mac in time.
You're right.
I wonder if that's an easy one to fix. So yeah, I mean, it's nice when you get shit weather like that, and then now we're looking ahead at highs of 17, 20, 18, 16, 18 for Wednesday through Sunday. You're like, haha, that was silly, but it's not daunting. When you get this kind of news in November, you're like, God, why do we do this?
Yeah.
But
my second story of things that are happening in and around Edmonton. Do you remember Funky Pickle? The Funky Pickle on White Ave. It was the best place to go and get a slice of za after a night out with your friends.
It was kind of the first place that I heard numerous people talking about as a post-bar must. Now it seems like there's a lot of places that have done this, and it's become kind of like a cultural thing, I guess, or like a generational thing to go out to the bar and then immediately go together somewhere to eat. Like growing up, we had Humpty's, but Edmonton had the Funky Pickle. What's going on with it?
Yeah, so the Funky Pickle is still alive. It's just not here in Edmonton anymore. It's now perched up in London as a food truck, and it still has some of the Edmonton stickers and decor on it.
Sick.
So Funky Pickle, which I feel like is also where we all discovered honey on pizza. They were like the first to do it, in my experience at least. But yeah, a guy moved from Edmonton to the UK, and now he roams around London serving up Funky Pickle. I have a girlfriend that moved to London, and I'm telling her to go and get a slice because I remember the taste of Funky Pickle. There was no other pizza that tasted like Funky Pickle.
Well, it's saying, too, that it's a Canadian-style food truck. I wonder if that means they do poutine really well, maybe donaires, green onion cake.
I sent a video of it because this is how I discovered it. It was on TikTok. If Reese has time to grab it, it's near the top of our prep sheet for pictures or videos for the show.
He's got it.
It's the third one down. Funky Pickle from Edmonton is in England now. So cool.
Revived the name in England, just outside London. Funky Pickle is now a food truck that has kept the gooey cheese, but now the menu, like the paint job, is solid Canadiana. Discerning Brits appreciate it.
Best poutine in England.
How could we forget?
What?
It was the best.
Why
is this song kind of sad?
Well, no, this whole experience I'm watching, was this shot by a 1992 news team? This is awesome.
Is this Adele?
Revived the name in England, just outside London. Funky Pickle is now a food truck that has kept the gooey cheese, but now the menu.
The guy's voice
Why were they
even
using
sounds
that?
like it.
They were using that sad Adele song. Oh, we're talking over each other. I can't do this
for
anymore.
Christ's sake. Just kidding. This is not your fault nor mine. This is technology. Even the news guy's voice sounded like a 1993 throwback, and the music was Adele, Somebody Like You, if I'm not mistaken, and didn't really match the vibe at all, but here we are.
That was super weird. Anyway, if you're ever heading to London, which I will be at some point to see my friend again, we got to hunt down the Funky Pickle.
Mm-hmm. Although, when you go traveling to find a Canadiana spot to have poutine, do you not think for a second, why didn't I just stay home?
Well, London is fun for the experiences, but the food is terrible, in my opinion.
I've heard that. Yeah, it's interesting how some countries just haven't really figured it out. Like, that have been around for a long, long time and just never got a couple dishes that people are real pumped about. Like Italy figured it out. Japan
Yeah.
figured it out. Vietnam figured it out. Korea figured it out.
New York.
Yeah, parts of the USA all have different ways that they've figured it out. And I even think Canada has started to figure it out. And we've got ours now, too. England, Ireland, Scotland, that whole area is just kind of like, well, it's potatoes tonight.
Or it's Yorkshire pudding. You'd go for Sunday roast. And I did that when I was there, and I was like, this is okay. No offense to Liam.
I saw a post the other day that was English people explaining their food, British people explaining their food, and it was like, get banged and...
I know what you're talking about.
I think I might have sent it to you, Reese. It could be for almost viral. And it was just like really inappropriate words. It was how English people describe their breakfast. Friggin' hilarious.
So funny.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get into 3 stars of anything? Before we do that, there is a video that I emailed to Reese. I'm hoping that he downloaded it because it's so funny. It's Ryder being Unk at a rave over the weekend.
Oh, no.
Now, we had some saucers in the chat inquiring, why the hell is Ryder at a rave on the weekend when his woman is at home sick? So more context with that. This was after Greta on Friday. We had some friends that were there taking in the game with you, and they had plans to go see, I don't know, some artist, some DJ. So you were like, I'm going just for a drink. It's probably not going to be my vibe. I'll be home in a couple hours. And that was the case. But while you were there, I received a video of you in said rave, and it is giving Unk like nothing else I've ever seen.
So it was a dubstep show, which was awesome. I had so much fun. I could have stayed there all night. And I was hosting at Greta, which meant I just like kind of took it easy at Greta. You know what I mean? You're not going to turn up when you're going to be on the mic all night.
Right.
So after the game was over and the Oilers had lost and I had sadness, I was like, what am I going to do to turn this night around? And my buddy's like, we're going to a dubstep show. Like, sign me up. Sign me up for this dubstep show. Fuck. That is so on.
It's the vest.
The vest, the
It's
plaid,
the
the
checkered
Oilers
shirt.
hat.
The mustache, the texting while everyone else is actually enjoying the music.
Chubby uncle.
Aww. Unk.
I was texting my daughter to make this even more unk, to try to convince her to start taking DJ lessons because I bought her a DJ kit and it's still in the case downstairs. And I just know, we know, Lisa, from our years on 107, a bunch of the most talented DJs from this city, and all of them adore Charlie. So like she would have lessons from masters. And I was saying to her, like, you're looking for a summer job. What if you were doing wedding dances? Like if you got good enough over the next couple years, you can make probably $600-700 DJing a wedding in your early years. And if you get really good, you can start getting over $1,000. And then maybe you become like a sought after DJ. And it's one of those industries where I think there's not enough women in it. And when you get a really good one, they can climb the corporate ladder, the DJ ladder, quicker. So I was like, yo, should we get you some lessons or what? So that's what
And
I
all
was
she wrote
texting.
back was, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. I sent her, as you could see, a hell of a long text.
And all you got back was a, yeah, maybe, hours later.
Let me check. I'm going to read the conversation.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, let's give some love to people who have been donating into the Super Chat. Saucy Justin gave us a $7 donation with another troll emoji. Actually, he did that twice. One for $7, one for $4. And then Saucy Christina earlier gave us $5 when we had Matt Berry on. Thanks, guys.
11:30. is when I text her. But she does stay up late on weekends. I know this is crazy, but I think you could be a monster DJ. I have access to some Unreal coaches, and I have the kit downstairs I bought just in case. You could make great money in college DJing. It would be very cool, just a thought. Laughing face. I'll think about it. Well, frig you then. I'm going to sell the DJ equipment, and I'm going to take myself to Mexico, you dumb little shit.
Well, that's a weird text to get.
Enjoy working at fast food.
Yeah. She's like, I can't work at the McDonald's down the street. Everyone from my school goes there. I was like, well,
then think out
no
of the
one's
box.
telling
Like,
you you have to
maybe
work there.
DJ. Learn how to DJ. Get your license, and then go and DJ wedding dances. Like that.
I'm sure there's not a ton of parents out there that are like, yeah, you should DJ.
Well,
like,
I think
that's dope.
As a side hustle,
Yeah,
I
definitely.
think you could put yourself through college. Do you remember DJ Hershey G, Lisa?
It sounds familiar.
So he was one of the first DJs at Hot 107 when I arrived, and he was DJing like all the big nights on White Ave around the university while putting himself through law school. So then he now just side hustles probably occasionally as a DJ and is a full-blown lawyer. Like that, instead of having to work at the university bookstore and do 9-hour shifts, you're going and DJing for 3 hours or 4 hours somewhere and making twice the amount of money. I don't know. It just seems obvious to me, but that was very Unk energy.
Yeah, the outfit and the environment was giving Unk. So that's what's inspiring our 3 stars of anything today. And I'm really excited to get into it. Shall we?
Let's do it, Reese.
Yeah.
It could be an athlete, snacks, or cars. It's time we pick our 3 stars of anything.
And this is a presentation of YEG Property Pros, selling over 1 property pro per day on average the last 2 years. YEG Property Pros, home to more than 20 team members, one of the largest and highest producing teams in the region. So contact them if you're looking to buy. They offer residential and commercial services. YEG Property Pros has a combined 28 years of experience. For more information, yegpropertypros.com. YEG Property Pros, get a realtor who knows. Call the pros. Today's 3 stars of anything.
I was walking outside of Greta yesterday, about to jump on with Tyler and Liam, who live streamed the game. So it was a little too loud in the bar, so I went outside. And as I was standing out there ready to jump on the call, a guy walked by me and went, "Yo, Ryder, shout out to YEG Property Pros." And I don't know if he's just a fan of YEG Property Pros, if he is a YEG Property Pro, or if he watches this show and appreciates the love we give them on this show.
Doesn't matter. I love that.
Yeah. Shout out.
All right. Today's 3 stars of anything. Signs your Unk. Do you want to break down what Unk means for maybe people that are watching it now? They're like, what the hell are you guys talking about?
Yeah, it's simply just short for uncle, and it just means giving vibes of somebody who is out of touch and a little bit older. As like when you're young, what you think of most of your uncles. Not all of them. Like there's some pretty cool uncles out there. Ask my nephew. But yeah, it's just like a way to tease somebody of their age.
I will say when my nieces and nephews get together, like when my mom babysits her grandkids, they steal her phone and they go through your Instagram and they just sit around laughing till they almost pee their pants watching all of your reels. So you are the cool Unk.
No, uncle. And the other one's the Unk. Because he doesn't even know how to use TikTok. That's so Unk of him.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Reese won on Friday.
Yes, I believe he did.
Nice. Okay, for my first overall pick. Sorry.
No problem.
I'm going to go with when somebody shows you something or says something and you just laugh about it, but you have no idea what they're talking about at all. And it sounds like something that's new and hip, but you're just like, oh, yeah, totally. I saw that video.
So much of that.
Easy way of pointing it out.
Yeah, that's good. Lisa, your first Unk energy.
Using my phone flashlight to read a menu.
Yeah. It's very young. All right, my first overall pick is when you're in love with an artist from the early 2010s. Like if you're like still, God, I love Bruno Mars. Bruno Mars absolutely rips still. You know? It's just, God, I love Katy Perry.
Right.
It can be an artist from the 90s doesn't give you unk energy, I don't think. Like
no,
if
because the 90s songs are back in again.
Yeah, and it's just like, if I say I'm really into Pearl Jam, people are like, oh, sweet. Yeah, I really like them too. And then you talk about it. Even Nickelback is old enough now that it's not strange or unk energy to say that, like, oh, I love Nickelback. Like, I still jam out to their songs. Where it is when you're in that 2010 to 2013 area.
I've always loved Nickelback, and I'll stand by it.
Good job.
Thanks.
Next.
My turn?
Yeah.
When you go to show somebody something on your phone and they keep making you push it back further and further because they can't see, so they're like holding the phone like this far away.
I feel like that's almost boomer. Like the person showing the phone is unk energy maybe a bit more too.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe.
Especially, hold on, when it doesn't work. When you go to show somebody a video, you're like, you got to check this out. And like the sound doesn't work, or you by mistake hit the button.
Amazon wish list.
And you have to like just a second. And then.
Oh my gosh. Don't make me laugh. It hurts.
All right. Okay. Oh no, Lisa, you're up next.
My second overall pick for signs that you're unk. When you're mad that the event starts after 7.
That's a good one. Yeah, I was so pumped when I found out the Oilers game last night started at 7:30 and not 8. And then I got there and it was like anthems were happening at 7:45 still. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, once they say puck drops, actually it's 7:52. It's like, oh, well, actually, I would have just rather wait 8 minutes.
And then, of course, it goes into overtime. Of course.
My second pick is going to be standing with your hands behind your back like this and looking like you're supervising a test or something. Like it's giving unk, it's giving teacher. And I do it all the time because it feels good on my shoulders, but.
Is it my turn? No.
Oh, nobody's going to compliment my shoulders? Fine. Guess I won't keep going to the gym.
My bad.
You've been to the gym in weeks.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was last Wednesday, weeks ago. All right, Reese.
Okay, my final pick. Pretty straightforward. You're definitely an unk if you get offended by being called an unk, which I have seen a couple people really take it to heart. Out of the people that I have seen called unk in the office, especially.
Yeah. That's me.
Yes.
I was offended. Yes. Peyton, whose name is Peyton. Like, of course we're talking about a Gen Zer. There's literally nobody over the age of 30 with that name ever. Comes in and we're
Peyton
watching
Manning?
the math.
Peyton Manning's like 45.
That's Peyton Manning. Peyton is a different name than Peyton.
Right.
He comes in and we're watching. I do like his name, but we're watching the Masters. And there's about 3 or 4 of us that are like talking golf. And he goes, oh my God, you guys actually like the Masters? That's so unk.
And for the next 5 minutes, Ryder's like, what do you mean that's unk?
Yeah. It's because younger people can't afford golf anymore. That's the world that we live in.
It's
so
true.
They don't care about it. All right, your third pick, Lisa.
Having to scroll really far back when you're putting in your birth year. It hurts.
Yeah, that's really good.
It doesn't feel good. Also, we've been watching that new show on Netflix. It's so good. It's not new. It's on season 2. Reese, you and Jess would love it. It's called $1 Million Secret or Secret Millionaire,
yes.
Which also gives unk energy that I don't know the name of it.
It's called $1 Million Secret.
It's so good. We started on season 2. This season is unreal. There's still a couple episodes that need to be released. Where was I going with this?
That scrolling back on the age, maybe?
That there's some scenes where they have to reveal what year they were born, and a lot of them are like 99. I'm like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah, I was going into grade 12 in 1999. That's insane. All right. I'm applying to be on that show, by the way. I'm actually
You would
gonna
be
take a
so
run.
good at it.
I think I would. I could screw with people big time. All right.
Jess is in the chat. She said her and Reese have already watched it. It's so good, right?
No, just Jess watched it.
Oh.
It's actually chill, though. It's fine.
You need to watch season 2. Anyway.
My third overall pick is for Unk Energy is falling for something that is so obviously AI. And I think when we started this show, you and I had quite our bout with that, getting on top of what is AI and what isn't. And even as our guest earlier said, how wild was that story? AI, it'll get you.
Well, Saucy Dev replied to our Instagram story the other day when I shared the video of the St. Bernard taking care of the little puppy that was scared. And Dev was like, that's AI. And I went, no. But I was too embarrassed to delete it. I kept it up.
I saw Dev posted at the end or after that saying, yeah, you can see that the paws get kind of messed up right at the end. And you kind of got to look for that. Like all of a sudden somebody in the background has a third leg.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not me standing back there. All right. Let's recap our 3 picks for Unk Energy.
And then we got to get to the honorable mentions. There's some funny ones in the chat.
Sweet.
So Reese, what are your top 3?
Laughing at something, but you have no idea what it means. Making the person hold the phone 10 feet away from your face, and getting offended when someone calls you Unk.
Using your phone flashlight to read the menu in the bar, being mad when the event starts after 7 p.m., and having to scroll really far back to put in your birth year.
And I've got when you really love an artist from 2010, like Justin Timberlake, standing with your hands behind your back and looking like you're supervising a test, and falling for super obvious AI. I just want to point out there's some people that are offended because they fit into these categories. No, we all should fit into some of these categories. Like that's the thing, is that unless you're 21, and even then you might fit into some of these categories. So don't feel bad if you really like Christina Aguilera. I'm just saying it gives Unk energy. It gives you're not that young anymore.
Honorable mentions in the chat. We have Shan making fun of me. Forgetting where you're going with a conversation is pretty Unk. Lise. Ryder and Lisa are Unk as hell, says Kels. Needing to be shown by someone younger how to operate some sort of technology, says Mr. Burns 91. Liz Lemon's in the chat saying when you nap with your arms crossed on the couch.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one.
When you wake up from a nap on the couch with your arms crossed and they were crossed for so long, your one arm is totally asleep. And you're like,
oh my God, Jess is coming through with such a funny answer. When you show someone a video and they say, who's that? But it's a random person. Like, I don't know. It's just a viral video, but they ask who that is as if they're supposed to know them. That's so good.
We've got Laing on the sauce. Fit into all the categories. Yeah, it's the way she goes, right? And those kids are going to get you. Lisa currently leading, 28 votes in, even though there is one comment from Kelsey saying Ryder's actually got a very good list today. Well, tell the voters that. I'm in third place. This is bullshit. You guys hate
Lindsay
me.
wrote, my favorite part in the video of Ryder in the nightclub is he wasn't even bopping his head to the music while he was sending the text. It took his full attention to send that. Can we watch it one more time, Reese? Just to really soak in how Unk Ryder is in a nightclub these days.
You know what the worst part is, too? That's just me in my natural state. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's just you being you.
That's just standing there. You're marrying that, hey?
You text really high up, too. It's like on your chin. You're like this.
Because I couldn't see.
Right.
Way she goes.
Honestly, it was kind of comforting when I received that video at midnight, it could have been, and it could have been something worse. It could have been you grinding up,
right,
flirting, but no, you were texting,
going at it behind the bar with one of the bartenders.
Exactly.
But I wasn't. I was just texting my kid to tell her she could be a DJ as a side hustle.
But this is how crazy I am. As soon as I got the text, I was like, well, he wasn't texting me. And I was like, that's a long text. Like, who could that be going to? Like, that's immediately where my mind went.
Of course it was. Thank God I wasn't texting that bartender. We decided after we got at it behind the bar to not talk anymore. So,
okay, don't make me laugh.
Well, that's a little bit difficult.
I know. That's why we've been avoiding each other. I haven't been able to look at Ryder for a week because he makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm. I've got a really fun game lined up for our next guest, who's going to roll in here right away. It's maybe some of our best work. Lisa, you came up with a bit of a concept, and then I took it and rolled with it and changed it up just a little bit to really make it pop, but it's good. So thank you for the motivation to go down this avenue.
Yeah, it's going to be a gooder. I believe in you. Just a heads up, we have only 30 more subscribers needed on our YouTube to hit 2,000. And we hit 7,000 on our Instagram over the weekend. So I'm feeling very proud of this little show that is still pretty fresh. And that's all props to all of you in the chat, everyone that likes all of our videos, Reese putting in hours and hours of work, making those short videos on our YouTube that are doing so well over the past couple weeks. So thank you to everyone that subscribes. Tell a friend. Because I want to hit 2,000 by the end of the week.
Like this video today, if we hit 100 likes by the time we get here tomorrow morning, we've got another gift card to give away to one of y'all.
And we got to remember to have a question for people to comment underneath this once it's posted, because that really helps push us onto people's algorithm too.
Yes. And we'll have to try to figure out a way to make it positive too. We're going to get back into some Oilers chat here as we have the director of all things good and writing in with us. How's that for a name, Zach?
We'll roll with it. Put that on a business card.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I think we should put it on a business card.
Yes.
I love it.
Your mic came on a little bit late there. That's why I was getting to repeat it. And I just really liked what you said.
Oh, thank you.
Lisa, do you have any questions about the Oilers quick before Zach and I take this thing for a run?
No, but I'm very excited to be off camera because I am profusely sweating. So I will be watching along and maybe getting in on the chat. But I do have one question for Zach outside of the Oilers.
Sure.
Zach, I finally figured it out. Every time I try and creep you on, whether it's Twitter or Instagram, just to see what you've been posting lately or tagging you in something, I'm like, I can never find Zach. It's so hard to find him. Like, I know I follow him. I type in the name Zach. He doesn't pop up. And then it came to my attention today. It's because your Instagram handle is my nut, Zach. What is that about?
Okay, I have to. It's like I'm a translator for a baseball player because Zach doesn't have headphones. So Lisa has a rough time finding you on Instagram and other socials. And what is my nut Zach about?
That is just my Instagram handle. I came up with it when I was in like grade 10 when Instagram first became a thing, and I've kept it ever the same.
Yes. Well, a play on words is the game I've got lined up for us in a few minutes. If you like my nut Zach, you're going to love Zach Language Barrier. Which is today's game. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you for giving us some of your time, even though you're feeling crummy.
Sorry about your shingles.
I love you guys. I miss you.
Sorry about the shingles. The amount of people that asked me last night if she has shingles. Hilarious. That one took off like wildfire.
That's a great new bit.
Yeah, yeah. Especially that she's missing time at the same time that she was holding the pictures of the shingles. Anyway, tell your friends Lisa has shingles. Zach, a tough one last night. A lot of people are real pissed about how it ended. I believe you were last night when you were tweeting about it. How are you feeling after getting a rest?
I was frustrated about it last night. but I was trying to not come across as pissed off. Like, I was trying to come from like a more like statement of fact position on this. Obviously, it goes without saying the Oilers put themselves in this situation, right? They blew 2-0, 3-2 leads. They let Anaheim get back into it. They put themselves in a spot where a controversial call could decide the game and, to a certain extent, maybe the series. The issue I have with the goal itself is twofold. It's the process to getting to it, right? One referee, Jake Brank, is down in the corner. The other referee, Francois Saint Laurent, is in the neutral zone. Neither of them is on top of the net. Neither of them can clearly, as far as I'm concerned, definitively say whether or not the puck is in the net. Brank jumps on the back of the net, and he kind of gives one of these, like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm overwhelmed. Like, this is all too much, is what it feels like he's saying, right? And at first, I thought he was waving it off.
I thought so, too.
Right? Like, this, to me, is, like, no goal, right? And then all of a sudden, there's a conference behind the net. There's a conference at center ice. Then all of a sudden, they're like, yeah, the call on the ice is a good goal. And it's like, wait, what? Like, that's the biggest issue that I have with it, right? You know, it feels to me like he had no idea where the puck was. Like, I don't know if he could see it or not from the corner. We'll never know, right? But it feels like Ryan Poehling selling the goal as he's starting to celebrate might have influenced it. Who knows, right? So it goes to the review, all of that kind of stuff. For years, what have we constantly heard from the NHL around goals? The puck has to definitively cross the line, right? I understand common sense. I understand that the puck is 99%. I'm 99% sure it's probably across the line, right? But at the end of the day, the skate is still covering a portion of the puck and the red line and the goal line.
And like those goal lines do, I will say, this is starting to sound very petty, but those goal lines do leak a little bit. Like the dark red stripe, and then there's the like a little bit of a thinner red where the melting has happened or whatever happens on those lines. They're not like a clear, precise, perfect straight line. 100%. There is a bit of leakage, and that's considered part of the line.
And that's the issue that I have with this, right? Is that at the end of the day, the NHL has been telling us for years, for it to be a good goal, the puck has to fully and definitively cross the line. The line is obstructed. We cannot see the line in that portion. We can make assumptions. We can have common sense. But at the end of the day, the NHL is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We should not be deciding NHL playoff games based off of assumptions or common sense.
Yeah, I saw a tweet from Jeff Merrick, host of The Sheet, which is under our umbrella. So I'll say Jeff Merrick is my coworker. Pumped that I get to say that. Love that guy. But why do we not have a secondary thin line 2 inches back or whatever?
Brilliant.
Then if it touches that line at all,
then you know it's
a goal.
Yep.
But again, then if that's covered up, I mean, in this situation, then we'd know. So have you ever seen, and I genuinely grilled my brain trying to figure this out, if I'd ever seen a ref huddle to determine, okay, we're good without knowing.
Extremely rare. Like, I can't recall a situation like that.
No.
Where they have to consult each other on the ice to determine if it was a goal call or not.
Consulting, that's what, we were saying a little earlier on the show with Rick, is just, I want to know what was said in that conversation. Just give us a transparent review of what you saw. But yeah, you're right. Like, the silly, humans are people pleasers. They're in a rink full of people cheering that it's a goal. They don't want to be public enemy number one. Plus, you see this guy losing his mind and pretty damn confident that puck was in. And maybe it's because he did see it in, but maybe he knew how close it was and played it up.
Totally.
And these refs are just like, well, what else are we gonna do here?
Listen, look at other major sports. Okay, let's look at some other major sports quickly. Look at soccer. They've got the VAR review system for offsides, for goals. They can determine things down to finite distances, right? The NFL, they've got their new technology that's helping to improve this stuff as well. Look at what MLB has done this year with the ABS system.
Yeah.
Why don't we have an ABS system in the NHL? And I'm not talking the challenges portion of it, but the cameras, the technology. You're telling me we can't line a net with enough cameras to determine the positioning of a puck inside or outside of the goal.
Right.
Right? Because at the end of the day, hockey is a game of, as we have seen millions of times, inches.
Yeah.
Right? Let's get some technology to better improve this so we don't run into this situation again where playoff games are being decided on common sense. And again,
It's so close.
it's so close.
It
It's
looks
so
in,
close.
but-
It does. It does.
Yeah.
I get that, right? But like at the end of the day, to me, it still just bothers me that the goal line and the puck is partially covered by Jari's skate, and that we're determining this based on common sense.
When in the past, we have not based it on common sense, and they've had protocol to follow, and they have followed that protocol, even if you think your team actually scored, but you're like, well, there wasn't conclusive, you get over it, because that's how she goes.
Yep.
But it's just they decided that's not how she goes last night.
Yeah,
That's annoying.
and I guess, the call on the ice is a goal. The situation room agreed it's a goal, so it's a goal.
Yeah.
Right? Had the call been no goal on the ice and it went to the situation review, would the situation of reviews
That's what I
review
wondered,
been
yeah.
the same?
Yeah.
I mean, they say so. They say that it was conclusive that the puck crossed the line, but I don't fully buy it.
All right, so what do we got to do? Let's briefly discuss what you would like to see from the Oilers to try to do something special here.
I mean, the Oilers have just seemed lost since
Yeah.
game one. And it's difficult to see a clear path for this team right now to get out of this hole, right?
Mhm.
You're down 3-1. You got to win 3 straight games. You can do it. Like, it can happen, right? But the odds are so stacked against Edmonton at this point in time. And, it's going to take a lot. It's going to take McDavid playing a lot better. It's going to take Bouchard playing a lot better. It's going to take some depth scoring. It's going to take the goaltenders making a save. I didn't think Jari was bad last night. 2 power play goals against. He was one of the worst penalty kill goaltenders in the league. So any thought of him saving the PK last night was futile. The third goal bothered me. I thought that was one that he should have had. He was definitely out of position on that one. It's going to take everybody elevating their game to Stanley Cup final level.
Yeah, and when you build this team around the stars, so much of what this team's identity is and their DNA is the stars bring it game in, game out, and if you get some supporting staff stepping up, awesome.
Yeah.
So when those stars don't necessarily bring it like you're used to, or get coached in a way that makes them not as impactful, you kind of shut down the team. I mean, we have seen a great series out of Kapanen.
Yep.
That Podkolzin Kapanen combo on each side has been really good.
Deadly.
And they're playing the right way too, which is nice to see. But you worry about, the spine of the team being the centerman, and McDavid not looking 100%. Draisaitl, we know, is coming off injury and kind of seemed like it last night and has seemed like it different times. Dickinson is a game-time decision constantly. So, and we're missing Rico as well. That's bad when our best part of our game is the 4 centermen. So, if this doesn't go our way, I don't think it's necessarily a personnel thing. I think getting out coached is something that we'll have to actually have a look at, or management will have to have a look at, because it feels like we're getting out coached a bit.
See, I don't entirely agree with it. I think this is more on the players. I really do. To me, Anaheim is such an aggressive team that it feels like it's just completely shocked the Oilers system. Right? You think back to the teams that they played last year, right? LA, Vegas, Dallas, Florida. They're not inherently fast teams.
Right.
They play all 4 of those teams are bigger, a little bit slower, more methodical veteran teams, right? And it feels like, with those 4 teams being largely the teams the Oilers have played in the last 2 playoffs, that they were kind of expecting the game to kind of slow down a little bit or something.
Right.
And Anaheim is just so fast and so aggressive on everything. Right?
Yeah.
5-on-5, they give you no time and space. Their work on the penalty kill to blow up the Oilers' power play has been tremendous. They're just balls out for every single puck.
Right.
Every single shift, right?
And there's just no quit.
There's no quit.
You can be up 2-0 and it doesn't feel safe. Some teams, that's curtains.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right? So for me, the Oilers are still outscoring them at 5-on-5.
Right.
To me, it's really come down to the special teams.
Yeah.
That's been the biggest difference. The Oilers' penalty kill has been absolutely terrible. the power play has struggled to get going here. And we're seeing that kind of being the key differences. I mean, at the end of the day, I still wonder about Knobloch.
Yeah.
I really do. There was rumblings this season. There was chatter about it. He did just sign a 3-year extension before this year. Excuse me. But, Daryl Cates has got the money. It doesn't matter.
In a way that we said how performative the celebration was in the overtime goal last night, I'm finding a lot of the coaches that get what they want in the playoffs are also very performative, though. And he is a wet towel. Man. I actually really like Knobloch and what he's done at different points in his tenure. I mean, breaking records on how good he was and how good the team was doing when he first came in. 2 Stanley Cup Finals back-to-back. You don't do that with a shit coach. Mm-hmm. But there are some times in games where you're like, do you think if you were banging a stick on the bench to talk to the refs when they made before the review and were screaming in their face that it wouldn't have potentially changed the outcome? Because it could have.
Oh, totally. And even after the game, man, his post-gamer last night was painful.
Yeah.
It was painful to listen to.
Right, in summer mode or something.
He was just so, it just seems like he didn't care.
Right.
There was just no, there was no strong definitive statement from him. Of we feel we got, the wrong call was on the ice here. We feel like they made a mistake. We're upset about this. But at the end of the day, we have to still reset and move on to the next game. And they hit him with the, we've seen this before, and there's close calls, and people make mistakes, and he's just so passive about it, right?
Right, and I guess that's also potentially good if they truly believe that they can come back in this. But it feels like there's some doubt in the way that we're playing right now, even in the players' eyes.
Yeah, and again, even something like that maybe is enough to give the team a bit of a spark or something like that. The players hear these things too.
Slam the stick around.
Yeah, let's go. This is the playoffs.
Yeah.
This isn't preseason against the Calgary Flames B squad here. Let's, get some emotion.
Throw your shoe or something. Like anything.
Throw the bench onto the ice. Who was the one coach that did that in the 90s?
Right.
I don't remember who it was. Somebody, I think it was with the New Jersey Devils. He literally picked up the bench and threw it onto the ice.
You see the reset that baseball gets when their manager goes out and causes a shitstorm.
Yeah.
It actually is effective. It's kind of like changing the goalie, even though these goalies are almost identical in how good they are. But it just kind of resets things a little bit. It changes the tone. I don't know. There's something to be said. Maybe he needs to chug a Red Bull.
Robbie Ftork was the coach that threw the bench on the ice for the New Jersey Devils.
Nice pull,
Nice.
Reese.
There we go.
Man, if you didn't have internet back there, I'd think you were a real legend. But good Googling. Yeah, it's a disaster from what we've seen through the last 3 games. And I know that bounces are a thing, but it also just doesn't feel like we've truly deserved to win any of the 4 games, to be honest.
No, I mean, I think game one was their best game by far, right? And since then, it's just they felt so flat, Game 2 was the same sort of a thing, they kind of came out slow and just couldn't keep up. And then the last 2 games, it's the same thing. And we could talk about the injuries too, McDavid's hurt. His ankle mustn't be 100%. But honestly, to me, it seems like the injury is more in his head than anything else. Because even late in the game last night, in the third period, in the last 5 minutes, he had 2 great scoring chances where he, looked like McDavid, taking the puck wide, driving across the front of the net. His lateral movement in those moments seemed fine. Right? Obviously, I have no inside information. He doesn't seem as hurt as people are saying that he is to me.
Right.
It seems more like a mental thing for him.
Well, it is crazy though. And I felt like this about Draisaitl's first game was your mind can trick you that a mid-injury you still have to nurse and be careful on. And when you're going that fast and your mind's telling you don't put all your weight on it, that's all it would take in a game this fast to change your confidence level with the puck.
And for a guy who plays the game at such a quick speed, you can see how it's affecting him.
This says, from Mr. Burns, the thing is, we all kind of wondered if they would be an early exit this year due to the fatigue from 2 cup runs. I'm okay if this year is a little shorter if it means we come back swinging next year. Yeah, I will say the same thing, but I'm not going to say it until Thursday or Wednesday.
2 weeks ago, I sat here and we talked about potential matchups for the Oilers, right? And I said it. I said Anaheim seems like a team that can steal the first round from somebody, and they're going to steal this first. It looks like they're going to steal this first round from the Oilers.
All the games have been so close, though, and we haven't brought a true good game to this series. Even game 1, I thought we were good.
Yeah.
But if we play great, I still don't know if they can match us. So I don't know. Double tape, pump something in, some kind of freezing into whatever different parts and dig in if you want it. Yeah. But yeah, like Mr. Burns said, if it doesn't happen this year, enjoy the break, but you better not start next season like a bag of shit again so that McDavid's chasing the whole year and has to leave himself vulnerable to not being 100% come playoffs.
Totally.
So,
and I almost wonder too, I was thinking about McDavid talking about the regular season being monotonous for them. It feels like that mindset followed them into the playoffs here again, where it's first round again. Here we go.
So maybe they do dig in. Maybe there is a wake-up call here.
Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay, I got a game for you real quick.
Okay, let's do it.
It is called the Zach Laing, because that's your name, Zach Language Barrier. I've translated famous hockey sayings into another language, and then I've translated them back. Because when you translate things, it just does its best to give you the closest sentence it can.
Yeah.
And then when you translate it back again, it does it again. So it really mixes up some shit. I'll give you the first one as an example that's super easy.
Okay.
I use Japanese for this one.
Okay.
And it came out as, any shot you don't take will miss 100% of the time.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Michael Scott? Wayne Gretzky.
Okay, so you get 2 points. You get one for what the actual quote was and one for if you know who said it.
Okay.
This is a trickier one. After translation through the Korean language, it says, the 3 important factors are prepayment screening, post-payment screening, and salary payment.
Oh, my Lord. I have no idea. Okay. What?
The 3 important factors are prepayment screening, post-payment screening, and salary payment.
I have no idea.
Okay, this is a Gilbert Perreault quote.
Okay.
And it is, the 3 important elements are forecheck, backcheck, and paycheck.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is going to be hard.
The 3 important factors are prepayment screening, post-payment screening, and salary payment. This is why there are language barriers, though, right?
That is hilarious.
You can say something the best it could possibly be translated, and the other person's like, what the hell are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
All right, this one, I use Greek. Why is it called the puck? Because, quote, this good, dirty little thing is busy. Why is it called the puck? Because this good, dirty little thing is busy. Martin Brodeur quote.
Oh, man, I have no idea.
Why is it called a puck? Because dirty little bastard was taken. That's a Martin Brodeur quote. Translated once again, why is it called the puck? Because this good, dirty little thing is busy. Okay, this one is a Duncan Keith quote, so just 1 point up for grabs because I've given it to you, but I think you can get this one. My teeth weren't in good condition to begin with, so I hope to have better ones in soon future.
Oh, man. I don't know the actual quote, but he must have ate a puck or a stick or something and lost a couple chiclets.
He said, my teeth weren't that good to begin with, so hopefully I can get some better ones. Yeah, this one I think you will get, and you might get 2 points.
Okay.
My ear's not what Jeremy said passed recently because 2 Stanley Cup rings are on my wrist.
Oh yeah, good old Patrick Walker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't know the exact of it, but it's the Stanley Cup rings plug in my ear quote.
Yes, I can't hear what Jeremy says because I have my 2 Stanley Cup rings plugged in my ear.
That's still such a great one.
Yeah, and then the final one. Times of crisis may contain significant prospect. I punched this through about 40 different languages. Back to back to back. Times of crisis may contain significant prospect.
Oh, man. Nah, I don't got this one either.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. Herb Brooks, from the Miracle on Ice team.
There you go. That's so tough. This might be the worst performance on a game show in the Sauce history.
I shouldn't have told you that the first one was so easy.
Yeah,
you nailed it.
The first one was great.
And next time we play it, I'll try to pick. I'll try to go a little easier.
Yeah, those ones were tough. Those ones were tough.
Yeah, I think the only one that I might have had a chance with was the Stanley Cup rings.
Yeah.
And Patrick won. You did pretty good with that one. So
I'll take it.
Thanks for giving me your time, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Appreciate you. And hopefully next Monday you're back in and we're still talking playoffs.
Well, that'd be great.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Zach. Get to our bets for the day. Reese is wandering around, has to go potty pretty bad. So we'll make this quick. But I want some opinions. Maybe we'll keep Zach in for 10 more seconds, Reese.
Yeah, I'm chilling.
As we can brainstorm and do a collective ticket on tonight's games. These work pretty good sometimes around here. I had like a 5-game parlay and just the Oilers was the only one that I didn't hit last night. So Philly and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favorited to win. The favorite to win, I should say. I just made up a word there.
Okay, we know what you meant.
From all that translating.
Yeah.
Who would you lean towards in this?
I don't know, man. Arthur Seelov's maybe the answer between the pipes.
Yeah.
A little awkward for our old boy Stuart Skinner there. I don't know. I could see Pittsburgh winning another one here.
I like that too, and especially now that we have a team in a 3-1 situation in the Oilers, to see somebody else go out there and just win one, I think that's good karma.
Yeah.
All right. Vegas and Utah. Utah so far up 2-1 in the series against Vegas.
This one's in Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me the Mammoth.
I'm in.
I bet them outright to win that series.
And that's the only 2 games for tonight, but you'll get pretty good odds on it. At 344 is what I got. So, boom, a $10 bet will pay you $34.45. We're doing it.
Love it.
And coffee's on me next Monday if we hit this one.
Love that too.
Thank you for your help. All right, that is a presentation of Sports Interaction. We love them very much around here. They take good care of us. And if you're looking for an awesome sports book, Canada's homegrown sports book, give them a go. Sports Interaction, every game is your game when you bet with them from puck drop to overtime. Bet with Sports Interaction. 19 plus, please play responsibly. All right, that's it for the show today. I would assume Lisa, with the amount of FOMO she has, returns tomorrow to the show, but we'll make it work digitally. If not, Reese is going to piss himself. Sorry about the lengthy read on Sports Interaction. All right, stay saucy. Goodbye.
So, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like it, hype it, and share it with your friends.
And to not miss any of our content, make sure you're subscribing to the Oilers Nation YouTube channel. Freaking nailed it.